Hey guys, it's Chris here from Chris Mason Performance. Hope you're all doing well. So today's live video, we're going to talk about really achieving your very own body transformation. And like I've just put on the post there, it's not going to come from Herbalife, it's not going to come from Zumba. So what is it going to come from? Alright, so the three main components I'm going to talk about today with yourselves. So obviously first things first, you know that in order to lose body fat, in order to look better, in order to transform your body, you're going to need to look at calories, you're going to need to look at food. But this can be quite confusing. You don't know where to start. So there's two things that you can do. The first thing is you could record your food over a 2-week period. This is going to establish your very own caloric intake. Obviously you can use something like MyFitnessPal or other things to log these calories and see exactly where that food's coming from. Then once you understand just how many calories you are eating or just how much food you're eating if you're taking a food diary, you can ask yourself 3 questions. Are you currently losing weight? Are you currently maintaining weight? Or are you currently gaining weight? And then obviously, depending on the answer to each one, will depend whether you're in a calorie deficit, if you're in maintenance calories, or if you're in a calorie surplus. So from there, you can then establish very quickly a new calorie deficit by reducing the number of calories that you consume by roughly 200 to 300 calories per day. This will then allow you to obviously create that deficit and start losing body fat. Within those calories that you're eating, we want to make sure that protein's higher, so shoot for roughly anywhere between 1 to 1.5 grams per kilogram and time your fats and carbohydrates to suit. So now you've got your nutrition on point. Now you're in a position where what you're actually eating isn't going to contribute towards you storing more body fat. Always remember this, guys, if your weight is going up, it's because at some point you're over consuming calories and at some point you're not doing enough in order to obviously burn that fuel. You can't store what isn't there. That's a rule that we stick to here at CMP. So, moving on from food, what are we going to do when we go to the gym? Well, the truth is, just a couple of gym sessions per week, unfortunately, is not going to be enough to transform your body in the way that you want to. Yeah, it's going to be better for your health. We're going to see improvements, obviously, in terms of things like blood pressure, in terms of blood sugar management, all that sort of stuff, if obviously your nutrition is better as well. But if we're talking about really transforming your body, we need to make sure that we're actually committing to getting that result. Now, I've found over the years, the last 10 years, I've tweaked virtually every system possible with clients that I've worked with. From my, obviously, experience and understanding, you really need to be training a minimum of 3 to 4 times per week. Ideally 4, pushing upwards of obviously you can reach that with your current lifestyle and what's going on in your life too. So from these 4 sessions, we want to be hitting roughly around about 45 minutes of intense work. We want to make sure that there is some weight training in there. And the weight training that we're doing, if you're obviously popping onto the website, chrismasonperformance.com, I've listed loads of different ways that you can structure your weight training in order to see better results. So you could go for whole body, German body composition training, we could go for upper, lower body splits, we could go for push-pull legs. Literally, the amount of styles of training that you can use to transform your body is endless. Alright, perfect. So now we've got nutrition on point. We're now committing to training 4 times per week for roughly about 45 minutes, chucking a little bit of cardio at the end of those weight training sessions as well. And by the way, guys, it's fine if you do HIIT, interval training, and it's also fine if you do aerobic training. Choose whatever you like to do. Okay, so now we've got these 2 things on point. The third thing is, and this is probably the biggest one, you can't rely on point 1 and 2 just to see you through. What you're actually doing on a daily basis is just as important as what you're putting onto your plate and just as important as what you're doing in the gym. So there's this little thing called non-exercise active thermogenesis. It's called NEAT. It's called NEAT for a reason. That's because fundamentally, when we're looking at NEAT, it can actually help us burn more calories on a daily basis. So this is how active you are over the course of a day, over the course of a week, over the course of a month. Now, it's not surprising that those who have got more active jobs will lose fat faster than those who have got sedentary jobs. So if you're seated all the time, if you're not doing too much at work, top tip for you is to try and aim for 10,000 steps per day. That's where this has come from. Ensuring that we're ramping up NEAT, ensuring that ensuring you're in a position where you're burning more calories on a daily basis. So there you go, 3 components of a body transformation. It's not sexy, it's not what you want to hear, and it's not necessarily always easy. But what it is effective at producing long life results that fundamentally mean you're in shape forever and you're no longer dieting, you're no longer jumping in and out of gym sessions, trying to find motivation, struggling to keep going. The last one is bonus tip for you. Number 4, give it time, guys. Look, you're not going to drop a shed load of fat, whilst you might actually lose weight, we're talking about fat, in such a short period of time. When you do things like shake diets and all that sort of stuff, if you're losing stones in weeks, more often than not, you're losing water, you're also losing muscle tissue, you're also losing what's stored in that muscle tissue, so glycogen, and then you might be losing some body fat. We want to try and keep muscle tissue whilst we're losing fat so that you actually look better. So give it time to work. Alright guys, if you've got any questions, feel free to drop it in the comment section below. But those are the 3 things that you need to know. Those are the 3 things you need to do. And doing is what's going to produce you the results that you want. So, any questions, drop it in the box. And again, for body transformations with ourselves, feel free to visit chrismasonperformance.com.